Hello, 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 hello. Here we are again. Just want to say good morning for those, if it's morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. So we are back. Our second fireside chat about Workforce Wise, our fundraising campaign. We are deep into the campaign. The second week, we have the second month, we actually have 4 months to go. And we are making headway to our $100,000 goal. So I'm Jennifer Dunn. I am the CEO of Bunifu Learning for Life. And I'm going to go ahead and let Maurice introduce himself.
Hey, good morning. Is it morning or is it afternoon? It's good afternoon, yes. So the days are flying by in the early spring of the year, but I'm Maurice Dunn, co-owner and chief financial officer for Bunifu. I'm just excited about being here for the second time to share with you this great initiative that we have that we want you to be a part of. So I know we did a lot of our introductions in our first fireside chat. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing, but I'm going to turn it back over to Jennifer. I'm excited about being here, and I look forward to hearing and seeing the comments.
So today we're really going to focus on giving you an inside look at what we're trying to build. This new digital platform that will focus on Black, Latinx, and low-income teens, and how we can support upskilling and providing these teens with career readiness ecosystem to support them as they are transitioning through high school and off to a post-secondary or off to employment. So if you can see, there's a little description there at the bottom. We're going to walk through our platform, and we're going to speak a little bit about specific topics, how it's culturally responsive modules. We're looking to have this platform to be AI powered guidance and mobile first design. So you'll get to see how we're thinking through how to create and develop this digital platform for teens. So we're just going to give you a little bit of background about Bunifu in general, and why are we doing this crowdfunding fundraising campaign, and why are we doing this digital platform. And this just aligns to the work that we're doing already as a business. So Maurice is going to talk a little bit about our vision, mission, and goals.
Awesome. As you guys can see from the slide, in terms of our vision is people fundamentally grow and transform into lifelong learners with solutions that help them learn and relearn quickly. And so Bunifu as a company, it's very important for us as the world is ever changing. Things just happen so rapidly. We want to be a part of that kind of learn and relearn process. And how we best fit that is through some of our training solutions that we provide, with our primary focus being on e-learning, but also providing professional development in different types of solutions that assist with that. In terms of mission, our mission process of learning is power. We want to help organizations deliver the right knowledge so organizations can achieve success. So again, it's a lot of information that comes that people are hit with nowadays, and we want to ensure that organizations and schools and things of that nature, they get the right information to the right person at the right times for them to execute whatever their mission is. What we also aligned our vision and mission statement around is the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We want to ensure that whatever we create obviously has equity and also is a long withstanding solution. And of those 17 goals, we picked 3 of which that we felt were important for our business and important for not just us, but for our community to focus on. And one of those goals is quality education. The second goal is reduce inequality and obviously use innovation, industry, and infrastructure to pursue in those different areas and to provide solutions that you've never seen, provide creative solutions to ensure that we're moving our communities, our workforce, and our people forward. And I'll leave you with this quote before I turn it back to Jennifer. This is a quote that we found on a kind of a workforce management site. The actual quote is Corn Ferry. By 2030, more than 85 million jobs could go unfilled because there aren't enough skilled people to take them. And so part of our initiative with WorkforceWise is to ensure, especially folks in our communities here in the United States, is to ensure that our people, our folks are skilled to take those new jobs that are coming. So that's a little bit about our vision, mission, and goals. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to Jennifer. She's going to talk a little bit about our story, and I'll go from there.
So, of course, we can't move forward until we talk about why Maurice and I are all about supporting young people, supporting people, and empowering them through education and training. It's really about our story. And we're both going to tell a little bit about our story because we came together. As you can see, there's a picture of our son, James. He is 11 years old in the 5th grade. And he is matriculating through this educational system. And as we have seen him go through the educational system, we have seen and witnessed firsthand how systemic barriers have limited the opportunities for students of color. We've also seen that these educational opportunities have also stopped other young people from moving forward. So I authored it was 2 volumes of a actual journal. And the journal focused on transforming the educational experience of young men of color, the time that I was at the College Board. And it essentially tracked and looked at where young people would go, specifically Black, Latino, Native Americans, Asian Americans, specifically from Asian Pacific Islanders or Korean backgrounds. And where would their trajectory be once they graduated from high school? And some of it wasn't that great. There were barriers that stopped them. Some of them went into the military. Some of them did not continue to go on to school. They stopped and went back. They went into employment. Some of them also might have gone and been in the judicial system. And some of them may have passed away at an early age. And so we saw this research, and so we thought it was very important to elevate these young men of color's lives. And we really understand that there needs to be something that fills the opportunity gap for all teens of color. And all teens and low-income students. And so what we wanted to do, that's part of our story, is create an app, a platform that would essentially fill that gap. And also I'm going to turn it over to Maurice, because I think it's really important to talk about what we've seen in the educational system around our son, James.
Thank you, Jen. So my story, and Jennifer resonates with this as well, and we've had several discussions around this as well, and that is just ensuring that our son and folks and friends and family that look like him can get the full potential, can reach their full potential. And so we do believe that education is kind of that thing that balances the playing field. James was diagnosed with dyslexia. And so not only, being an African-American male, but also dealing with a disability, which we try not to call it a disability, we call it a superpower, to make sure that he can reach his full potential. So some of this is kind of our way of giving back is kind of our way to ensure that there is quality and equality in education. And one of the questions that we kind of always get is like, okay, this is, it's focused around kids that look like James. And we're not, we're very inclusive. We want to ensure that all kids have opportunities. But to be quite frank and honest, there's no one always looking out for our children. And so we feel like it's our responsibility to fill that gap. And so the focus, yes, is on Black and brown kids, but it's an effort that it should be in conjunction with any kid that doesn't have the opportunities presented in front of them so readily that there's some type of assistance or help that makes them move along. And so we wanted to just ensure that James would have that opportunity to get education. Both Jennifer and I have had the opportunity to go to school, and we've had parents and family that have promoted that, and we've seen the fruits of that. And we want to continue that, not only for James, but for the community in which he lives, in which he stands for. One of the books that I tend to like to read is The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. And it talks a lot about kind of re-educating, refocusing the gaps that are in the system. And a lot of those things haven't changed since that time that the book was written in the 1920s. So this is our giving back. This is our passion. This is what we want to leave in terms of legacy. And we want that 11-year-old boy that you see in that photo, we want him to reach his full potential.
So it brings us to now you get to see the sneak peek of our platform and what we're thinking about. And it's not that we just said, oh, let's dream up something. I mean, we really have looked at the research. We've also have experience through our business where we have worked with many school districts, large urban school districts from Baltimore to Texas to California to New York City, where we have supported teams in e-learning and training and development and through career readiness and post-secondary readiness. So we wanted to create a platform for schools, for districts, for individual students. And this platform would be focused on Black, Latinx, and low-income teens. And it essentially is innovative because the digital platform will provide career educational experiences, but also be personalized through artificial intelligence, through AI. And we also want to create an ecosystem. We know that brown and Black students, they are usually coming from a community. They have social capital of a community, their family community. They really resonate through traditions of their community. So we wanted to create an ecosystem where there will be support resources for families as well as educators to help them to move through workforce development, and also to help them to get the next gen type of careers or technology careers. And we're going to talk a little bit about that a little deeper. So as you know, teens, they're going to want something enjoyable and fun and engaging. And we've learned this through the work that we have built online platforms already through e-learning. They want gamification. They want music. And they want good music, and they want beats, and they want something colorful, and they want something to reflect who they are, and they want fashion, and they want, these different things that are really going to engage their senses. So we want a platform that is essentially not only reflective of who they are, their culture, their traditions, what they're going through, but we also want to provide them real life experiences through scenario-based examples where they can actually experience what it's like to possibly be in a career. Also gain skills within that career and make some choices while they're going through the platform. So this platform will be an immersive experience where it's interactive learning. We also want to engage the family, provide them resources as well. And then there will be educator tools within the platform as well. So the platform, we said 175 type of modules, but, or courses. So there are going to be interactive modules, and these are just some of the modules, 9 modules that we're really focusing on, that we have learned that we understand that brown and black students need. First of all, it's about, before we start anything, it's about identity development. Who am I? Do I know myself? What are my goals? What are my dreams? What do I want my lifestyle to be like? That's what students are going to really want and resonate. And so it's first about finding a journey about who you are and your identity, and supporting that. Also, we really are looking at the world and me. So there's some advocacy skills as brown and black students that we need to be able to be supported. So we have a whole module that is on advocacy. How do you deal with the imposter syndrome or microaggressions or a system of oppression? And how do you navigate those both in an educational setting as well as a workforce setting? Essential skills that students need. Also, we wanted to make sure that we focused on financial well-being and the future. And what does that look like as far as generational wealth for young people? And then it's very important. We only, I wish we could do all the careers, but we're really going to focus on post-secondary pathfinding, where students know, well, what path do I need to take to get here? Whether it's a certification, because we're not focusing all on 4-year degrees or 2-year degrees or associates. We're looking at certifications that students can get through health technology, fintech careers, computing, ed tech, and urban agriculture. Looks like I lost my partner. Maybe he'll log back on soon. But anyway, so we're going to be really focusing on those next gen careers as far as the interactive modules. And one of the biggest things that we've learned in our work is that the language has to be asset-based. And you're like, well, what does that really mean? So asset-based language is what, for example, this is a question I may ask within one of the modules. What strengths and experiences have you that served you in the past that can help you now? So young people, regardless of what background or where they come from, bring a strength. And how do you help them to understand you have this resilience? And so how do you use this resiliency or this persistence to get through in what you're doing as far as your career or workforce pathway? How can your personal strength make you progress towards your goals? Where do you feel that inner push that you can move forward? You can learn more within that. We also make sure that all the images and things that are going on within the modules are positive reflections and also role models within the interactive modules. We also want to see, as part of this dashboard, which this is the concept, is educator resources. We know that students from all backgrounds need some type of support. Like an app is wonderful, but it's also good to have someone who may be a mentor or peer mentor that can support. So we have educator resources that are around. We want to provide them with a data dashboard that provides key insights for counselors, advisors, and educators. And I want to give you one statistics. Now, you may have had a guidance counselor or a school counselor at your school, and they helped you with maybe going on to college or helping you with a career or a job or telling you need to go in extracurricular activities. But we have learned that most counselors or advisors in the school don't necessarily have the career knowledge they need to help sufficiently support Latin and Black students. And sometimes students don't feel as though they feel confident enough to be able to navigate those different spaces, especially around career readiness. We want to also provide counselors and advisors and educators real-time labor market data from local, state, and national. Well, what are the trends? What are people doing on hiring in that area? We also want to connect to internships and job matches within the app. We also want to provide post-secondary plans and career pathways. Hey, this is my goal, but how do I get there? How do I move forward? And how do I show my progress that I'm moving forward? And then intervention alerts, that there'll be a different alerts. You know, you get a little different alerts um, on your phone, and you sign up for alerts, you get newsletters, you get all kind of things. So there'll be alerts and also engagement app analytics to say, okay, is the student really engaged, and how can we help support them through that? There's a scope and sequence for the modules, a pacing guide. We believe that it's about competency-based learning, that this is mastery, not how long you sit on the app, but what are you gaining to upskill? What skills are you getting? And it's about application. It's not about theory. You need to be able to apply the skills. And so that's where we want to provide some capstone projects and what we call a common read activity within the app. And I know, Maurice, you're off for a second. You're back. I'm going to go ahead and just tell about this last slide, because about the ecosystem, about family university. So this is within the app. We want different ways in which folks can support the teens. So we're going to provide families with, these video vignettes. They're fun video vignettes where we're providing support for families to help support the teens and to move them through the workforce. And so we like to call this part of the legacy builders, the family playbook. Sometimes, as people of color, we don't always get the playbook. And so we want to provide families and mentors and caretakers the playbook to help support students as they're navigating this education system, as well as the post-secondary system, as well as the workforce. And then I'm going to go ahead. We get a lot of questions all the time. And so Maurice is going to talk a little bit about some of the questions that we get. And hopefully this will and if you have any questions, go ahead and submit them through the comments area. And we'll go ahead and take those. But Maurice is these are a lot of questions we get about the campaign as well as the platform.
All right. We'll just briefly cover these quickly, and I apologize, dropped out there for a second, just some technical issues. Primarily, what is WorkforceWise? I think Jennifer's already probably done a great job in explaining that. And what I just kind of want to hit is that these are modules that we have created over time in some of our dealings in different environments. And so now we want to, centralize this into one platform, kind of one curriculum. It's 175 different modules that we've taken, and now we're going to integrate them all together into a system that can be beneficial to anyone who chooses to jump into WorkforceWise. How's it unique? One of the things is, just for a company standpoint, we're very primary kind of secret sauce is culturally competent training. That is our primary focus. That's what makes us unique. We're providing a perspective that's not always been there, and it's a perspective that is needed. I think the additional kind of first, second, third order effect of that is that not only do we want to provide this training, we also want to get more folks into the field. So they can provide another perspective, because when you see folks that look like you doing great things, it inspires you to want to do more. And we want to make sure that we're not limiting our communities to, very siloed career approaches. We want to make sure that they get the full potential of what is out there for them. What features does it offer? It offers a lot of simulations, obviously some self-paced options. We tend to always make solutions that can also not only be used in a self-paced environment, also can be quickly turned into maybe an instructor-led type of training. Jennifer's already talked about the professional development that we provide. We're not just going to leave the product there. We're going to actually show you how to use it to the benefit of your users in your organization or in your school. The teen program that you might be leading, the church group that needs some of this input and information. We're going to make sure that it meets your need and it ensures that you're going to find success from it. Why is this work urgent? Well, I've read the quote earlier, and you can just see in the world today, we're in a transition. We're transforming from kind of an industrialized nation into more technology. There's AI, there's robotics, there's all these different things. You're going to need some skill sets. We're actually looking at a project now where they're trying to create potentially a school that is focused on just the AI element, where you used to have like, an arts school or a science school that was like a magnet or something to that effect. Now you're looking at potentially an AI school. And so we're just wanting to keep folks up to what is changing and making sure that they have an opportunity to be a part of whatever is being created at that particular moment. So just keeping up with all the changes that are happening, and then having the ability to adjust quickly when the next change comes. And then finally, what impact will it have? Well, we've already seen a lot of positive impact with some of the trainings that we've created for different schools and organizations. We think it's going to have a major impact. We truly believe that it's going to change the way that a lot of us kind of learn, uh, relearn things, and be able to adjust quickly to this ever changing landscape that's occurring as we speak. Just us alone in my time frame on being on this planet, we've gone from where I took typing class in high school to where now I need to know how to use AI, right? And know how to use it to be productive and to be a benefit to the things that I'm trying to create. So those are some of our frequently asked questions. Jennifer, if you don't mind, I'll jump to the next slide. So for you all that are in the local area in DC, if you really want to come out and kind of touch and feel us and ask us some questions, we do have a fundraising event that's occurring here. I want to make sure I get the date right, so I'm gonna look at it. March 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the DC area at one of the local small businesses that we've have built a relationship with, Aurora Market. We're doing a fundraising event. We're going to have a silent auction. But to be honest with you, we just want to get together with folks. We really want to get together with the community, the people that we put on our invite list. They're like-minded folks, and so we're really just looking to just kind of socialize and have a good time. And if there's some interest, or if there's something that has made you want to be inspired, or you're gravitating to, we're going to try to spark that flame even further. So it's going to be a good time. It's a face-to-face thing. Just come out, celebrate with us, and we look forward to continuing to do this work. Let me go ahead and turn this over to Jennifer for any closing comments she may have. But we are excited about what we're doing, and we look forward to either meeting you or seeing your names on emails or things of that nature.
You closed this out well. It's all good. There's our information right there. You can contact us at info@bunifuelearning.com or give us a call. But just come out to the event on March 25th from 6 to 8 at Aurora Market. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.